Good, mo- good morning, everyone.
I think Ms. Hansi has not joined me. Doctor, can I start? You can. Ms. Hansi has not joined yet. Till then, I will do a small brief explanation. Doctor, is it all right? Tervan Saranai.
Thiruvan Saranai, Larana, you can carry on, please.
Good morning, everyone. Our my Dhamma friends. Today also we have joined to discuss our Dhamma with our noble friend Buddhothpado and First of all, I would like to pay my humble homage to our noble teacher, Buddhothpado and Actually, these days we are discussing very important factors regarding our mind and how it has created, what are the how the defilements has formed and power of our defilements and how we trapped in our defilements like that we are discussing. So we also had the same problem before we heard this true Dhamma because we didn't know the reality. Actually, that means we didn't know the how our mind is working. Because of that, we try to hear different kinds of Dhamma sermons. But after hearing this one, we know this is true and even this is a practical thing. Even though we know a lot of Dhamma, we didn't have practical experience. This is Sandittika because of the practical experience we get in this part, it's really important. We feel what it is, and we feel our defilements are fading away. That is the most important thing, I think, in this part, because all of you have known this, and you also following this Dhamma for a long period of time. So before that, I want to highlight that these days we are discussing a book in our website www.buddhothpado.com or the buddhothpado.dhamma.com LK. When you go into that site, you can have a book. It is a PDF, it is free. And the ebooks, you can download this book. So currently we are discussing this book. So far we have discussed up to page number 62, I think. So even though we were discussing the book, we are probably discussing the problems with Taran Mahasa, why the problems we occur and what the difficult parts that we can't understand also. Taran Mahasa is also discussing with us. I think everyone can join us, those who are living beyond our boundary in Sri Lanka, because it is really important for you all. If you can listen to this Dhamma, I think you may have an experience what is the real Dhamma and what you have learned before. So, like Siddhartha had a royal life. The prince Siddhartha had a royal life, and he didn't know what is suffering even. But after seeing Satarpiranidhi, Prince Siddhartha realized somehow we have to face the reality. We it we thought what it is, and we wanted to know the real truth. Therefore, he left from the palace and went to 5 teachers to see what is the real under behind this life. Therefore, he learned different type of meditation, concentration meditation, because he wanted to know and he wanted to stop this suffering. And after being with them, Prince Siddhartha realized it is not the part to understand. There's nothing inside because all the defilements, there is something wrong in that part. He realized concentration meditation won't help to overcome the suffering. So therefore, he left from them and learned and tried to understand the reality of this life. After 6 years, he came to know the reality. Is that then we called our Lord Buddha Gautama Buddha. Then only we got to know after understanding the reality of this life, we also came to know because of it. If Aran Master was not with us, Aran Master was also saying the same thing according to the Buddha said, because we feel it, right? We feel it. It is something practical that we should understand. If there is no practical way, we couldn't understand it. We feel it from the bottom of our heart, right? So therefore, I think this is really valuable, this opportunity. I want to tell all my friends, dear friends, try to utilize your time in understanding this Dhamma. That's what I wanted to say. I think Miss Harshi has joined now. Harshi, over to you now. Till Alan wants to join.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Harshi.
Yeah, sorry, I had trouble with my internet. I
No
think you were
problem.
continuing.
So, I think yesterday when we discussed different aspects regarding what we are facing, like where are you? Aranasa asked, where are you? Are you in your body? Are you in your mind? No, it is not true. That is a thought we have to realize. That is the really important thing that Aran Masi highlighted yesterday. Where are you? It is only a thought. We have to understand. You are not in your body. You are not in your mind. There is no code as body and the mind. It is a natural system working according to the system. And there is no me, myself, and I am. I think our noble friend Buddhothpado Aranvasi has joined with us. Over to you, Aranvasi Devasarnai.
Terasana. Terasana, everybody. The true Dhamma has erected volume 1, where discussed during that volume 1 book. So finally we the 60 page we are stop. We want to continue this Samma Vayam. That's a eightfold path, no? Samma Vayam is the effort made to realize the pure truth. Samma Samadhi is the continuous awareness of the illusion. So that one can be on the spiritual path to attain enlightenment. Mm, according to the level you, yeah, according to the level you are now, I feel that you are knowledgeable enough to start practicing wisdom of Yathabhutana in your daily life. Uh, there are not very strange things to understand. Once you realize the pure truth, your thoughts will be very pure without defilements, greed, ill will, and delusion. Then you will not be tricked by the illusion and believe in the stimuli uh, coming from the outside or from the inside. You will not be disturbed by anything. It is when you do things without getting affected by thoughts. You do not react to thoughts as you already known that they are all an illusion. After you have realized the pure truth, you will do things without giving any value to thoughts. That is a kriyasita. This state of wisdom or awareness is of the supermundane plane. Many was there's a discussion. When I sweep the garden, I also receive other thoughts apart from the thoughts of sweeping the garden. How should I look at those extra thoughts that I receive apart from the thoughts I need for the action of sweeping the garden? When you receive thoughts while sweeping, you can about the method of vipassana, which means observe your thoughts without judging or expending on those thoughts any further, be aware of the thoughts that they come and go. That is all. You should just be aware that thoughts come to go, come and go. Also, you can apply the knowledge of Vidarsana meditation and look at that thoughts using the wisdom of the Yathabhuta Nam. Contemplate that it is not coming from outside, but it is only a thought, and that even the thought does not exist. It is a lie that would not that would lead you on the path to the realization of the pure truth. If you are unable to apply the Vidarsana meditation to your thoughts, then I would say that you should learn to practice how to apply the wisdom of Yathabhuta. When you're free, usually, when I when you are free, usually, literally,
Literally.
contemplate on the Dhamma. Dhamma is the truth that everything is only a thought that arises and passing away. We have created a wood only in our mind. There is nothing outside. We create an outside and an inside duality, which is all alive. The thought is also alive. Being aware of your thoughts that you receive at this moment. Vipassana and contemplating about the thought you receive with Yathabhuta Vipassana are two different things. When you look at the thought that you receive and do a deeper investigation using Vipassana, it leads to awakening or enlightenment. This investigation of the Dhamma is called Dhamma Vijaya, which is one of the factors that needs to be developed within the 7 factors of enlightenment. Dhamma Vijaya is one of the 7 factors of enlightenment, also known as Sattva. I am still not able to understand what to do about the other thoughts I receive that has nothing to do with sweeping of the garden. And let me simply what to do about the thoughts that are not of any concern with your action of sweeping the garden. For instance, look at a newborn baby. Once he born to this world, he only does some small actions physically. Whatever he says, he does not know if it is a brick wall, a table, or if it is a chair. He does not care, and it does not matter to him. But even if the baby cannot recognize things, doesn't the small baby eat? Does he not drink milk? Does he not move about? Aren't they actions? Now let us consider the actions we do. What are our actions covered with or associated with? Our actions are associated with thoughts. Whenever we do something, we always think that this is what I'm doing. We tie the me to the action. After that, every other thing we do, we say, I'm sitting, I'm thinking. Now I'm going to sweep. Now, what do you say? You say, I'm sweeping. Now, investigate, am I sweeping? When you investigate it and question it, you will realize, no, it is only an action. Then let us look at the action of seeing. The seeing at this moment, it is just an incident, a part of the natural process, part of the Dhamma, part of the flow of nature. You are not blind, are you? You can see. You are not deaf, are you? You can hear. You do not have a very good understanding about these six senses. So, with this understanding, you have to look at the thought, you look at the truth about these six stimuli. You have to maintain awareness that they don't exist outside. When you see the truth in it, you let go of that thought with understanding. You are aware that they are not from outside, but that they are only thoughts. This investigation and letting go of thoughts without giving them any value is called Sankite Nivedaya. You don't accept or entertain that thought and guarantee more thoughts. Not attaining, not at, yeah, attaining into or not magnificent, magnify, magnifying or on a thought is called sad, uh, sat, satadhamma.
Sabbe Dhamma Nalang Abhinivasa.
Yeah, sabbe dhamma nalang abhinivasa. Meaning, yes, 100%. There should not be any connection with the action, but the action will happen on its own. A lot of things will happen. You will hear sounds, you will see things. Everything will happen. You will also laugh. You will also speak. Everything will happen with mindfulness. You should not generate more thoughts. Just let it go. If you thought don't disturb you, it if it does not bother you, then the feeling of safe is much less. If you are not affected by what is happening around you, that state is known as com- akopachetolnotte. When you are not at all affected by your thoughts, and you have realized that there is nothing as good as bad. All these are only thoughts. That is the moment of awakening. You have realized the pure truth, the true nature of this illusion. This is the moment when you have truly realized the illusion of the outside world and the illusion of the inside. The me concept. You don't get affected by thoughts. You have gone beyond the illusory nature of the mind. This moment is called Kriyasita. Then this state of Kriyasita Prabhasarasita. And this moment you carry on doing an action without thoughts, bring about the moment of awakening to the pure truth. Prabhasarasita means a pure mind without any trace of anger, lethargy, aversion, etc. No trace of pains or defilements. A newborn baby has a prabhasarasita. When you listen to sermons about Buddhothpado, they awaken to the moment of should understand the difference between sihir, awareness, and thoughts. Awareness is when you don't accept what is outside and what you feel as inside or the me concept. You see the truth about thoughts, that thoughts too are a lie. When you are aware about the illusory nature of the thoughts, then you won't read towards the thoughts. When you see something, it is only seen. There is nobody who sees it, neither is there anything to see, no more generation of more thoughts. Nor should you contemplate on thoughts. An amazing story about the mind has come to surface, has it not? All this time, we have falsely believed that self existed, existed. When you realize the pure truth, when you realize the true nature of things, you feel very pure like a flower that is in bloom. You feel like the whole world opens up to you. You feel like your mind overflows without any blockage. You don't feel restricted to this body. Where am I? I am nowhere to be found. Now you experience the Buddha. Buddha means that there are no thoughts, no thought at this point of awakening to the moment, where there are no thoughts. You have the most practices Buddha Subha. There are no feelings here. There is no feeling of pleasure, of pain at this point. The Arahant who has reached the fourth super mundane stage of the spiritual path does not have any desires. Arhat is a state of awareness where there is no person. The Buddha is also not a person or a human being. That non-existence and nothingness is the Buddha state. Within the Buddha state, a person cannot exist, and you cannot draw a picture or mold a state because there is no person, no shape. Devadatta, an enemy of the Buddha, saw the Buddha as a person. He tried to kill the Buddha so he could become the Buddha. He did not understand that the eradication of all defilements, taints, such as excess, greed, ill will, delusion, and anger, bring about the state of the Buddha. The Buddha is not a person. The present day
Please,
yeah, the present day priests encourage people to perform rituals. The people are being misled. It only confirms the worshippers' age. Their self-identity view. This ignorance of their self-identity can make them reborn in realms of evil and suffering. King Ashoka, about 84,000 temples and places of worship. But he was also reborn in a bad realm. You have to understand this Dhamma, this universal law, the illusion, and that there is no self if it is not well understood. understood, and if you won't realize the pure truth, the possibility of being reborn in better real, realms will be very rare. Queen Malika gave the biggest alms giving to the Buddha and his disciples with utmost magnificence and richness. This king of alms giving will only increase alms ago and self identity. They give alms to the Christ, Christ, believing at the outside is true. They believe that they are conducting the mentions again due to their ignorance of not realizing the illusion of self and the illusion of the outside. They will only be reborn in worlds of suffering. The Buddha said, Dhammang vina nati pitachamata. This means that apart from the Dhamma, knowing the illusion of our thoughts, there is no mother, no father. Knowing the Dhamma is of utmost importance. We honor and respect our parents very much. Yet for all the Buddha said that if you realize the pure truth, you will realize that there is no mother, no a father. Amazing, isn't it? There is nobody in this world. The Buddha said, Nisato nijio Nisato no being, nijio no living being, sunyo, nothing exists. When nothing exists, how can a mother and a father exist? Could there be, when you realize the pure truth, you lost yourself to the pure truth. Realizing the pure truth is the only way you can be assured or not to be reborn in suffering hells. If you have realized the pure truth and has an awareness of the mundane spiritual path. You are safe from suffering health. Until you realize the pure truth, you can never enter the supermundane spiritual path. In almost all the teachings of the the Buddha asks only one question: Rupang Nichato, Rupang Nichato, Anichato. The Buddhas ask if the stimulus from the six senses are they permanent or impermanent. Then his disciples replies, Nis Anichato,
Anicca.
Anichambate, meaning that all the stimuli will receive from outside and inside are impermanent. There is a very deep meaning to this question. If you think that there are things outside, you have not realized the pure truth. The Buddha said, the Bhikkhu, the Buddha says that the path to enlightenment, the path to realize the pure truth is taught only in the teaching of a Buddha. No other religion or spiritual teacher teach about the cessation of suffering. The path to the realization of the pure truth can be realized only if we see that the outside does not exist. That is the way to eradicate this cycle of suffering and rebirth. What we have to realize is that this is only a dharma. It is an illusion. There is no living being. No, is this a person? There's a person. There a person. It is only a thought, which is also an illusion. When we drink and when we eat food, it is only a thought. We only associate with thoughts. The vijnana or the mind consciousness is an illusion. We think that this body is me. We think that we are eating a pineapple. We think that we are We are owning. What is this? We are
Wearing beautiful clothes.
wearing beautiful clothes. We think that we are beautiful. All these are only thoughts. What dies? Does the body die or does the mind die? The mind dies, doesn't it? Does the mind have a body? No. That is why we say it does not matter if a finger, a leg, or both arms are out of. We say that the whole only each can get destroyed. Where is the mind? Does the mind exist? When this sound, stimulus, and the image stimulus separate, when there is no sound for the image, see, there is nothing. Then there is no thing to be seen. If there is no thing to be seen, then the me doesn't exist either. If something exists, that very same thing is me. The concept of me, concept of me is not the body. Where there is a duality, there is me. If the outside world doesn't exist, where are you? The Buddha said, neither netam mama, neso hamasmi, nameso atta. There is nothing as me, nothing as mine, and nothing as my life. This concept of self disappears when you realize the pure truth with the yatha bhuta jnana. This means that the outside world does not exist and the inside or the self does not exist. They are all thoughts, which is only an illusion. Finally, only an empty space is left. The thought does not exist, not even the earth exists. That is the pure truth. Not even the four elements exist. We think that there is a soul. We think that there is a warmth. We think that it is cold. where do they exist? They don't exist anywhere. Everything is like awareness. May you always be well and happy. Okay. Aranasa, may be pieces of the Nobel triple choice. Okay. The discussion is going when an audience Buddhist nun Aranas. I had spoken to you earlier, and you helped me to understand the path to enlightenment very well. I try to be practical as much as possible. I try to see the pure truth and every angle and in everything I see. In the process of my thoughts, I try to concentrate on the teachings of the Dhamma. Dhamma means that nothing is there, nothing exists. I try to see the illusion and every thought. I feel that everything is Satyajnana. Everything is Sabha. So yes, nature. All these people and all what we see outside, I feel they are all part of nature. I really don't feel much sorrow, neither do I feel much happiness. I contemplate about the Dhamma. My question is, do I need to do any type of meditation on the first side? I don't know. One who has already realized the pure truth after listening to your talk, I feel that there is some blockage somewhere. What is Sabada? I think Sabada is a mean, it is processing nature. Sabhavika Sansiti is okay. When you say Sabhavika Sansiti or process in nature, don't you feel that there is a thing there? If you imply that there is something or things outside and assign a value to the outside, don't you think that you give life to those things outside? What I am trying to say is when you think to tell something, it becomes a thought. When you say Dhamma, it means that there is nothing, that nothing exists. The Dhamma is only felt by wisdom or nature. The Dhamma, the pure truth, is not felt by thoughts. The realization of the pure truth is beyond thoughts. Nibbana, the total abandon and elimination of all forms of craving cannot be achieved by thought. If you think of anything, it becomes a thought. What we say when we maintain an awareness and wisdom to realize the pure truth is totally defilement to having thoughts in the mind. Wisdom are beyond mind, beyond thinking. Mindfulness is what we need to realize the pure truth. The realization of the pure truth will enable us to come out of this illusion and suffering. Let us say, for example, that you are trying to take awareness by using words. Can you explain? One sentence in words. If somebody says that I am an arhat, is it something you can speak about and explain in words? Some people claim to be arhat, but from the way they enjoy their senses, we are unable to believe, so we can see that they are associating with a self-identity. They associate with maternal things that they like. We also understand that the arms are living to that they like. We also under we also understand that the arms are living too. They cook and consume food that they like. We can see that they entertain their life, their few senses. They cannot realize the Dhamma because they have a self-identity. This can be seen from the way they enjoy life. The followers of the Dhamma cannot obtain any valuable advice from person who claim to be arhat. The Christ themselves would not know how to follow the path to realize the pure truth. What is important into us? What is important to us is to follow the pure path to realize the pure truth. When we are on the path, we need not bother about the four supermundane stage of the spiritual path. If we give too much of importance to the stage we achieve, then we develop an ego and fell behind, then move found on the path. What is important to us is to eradicate our greed, ill will, and delusion. We need to be on the path to understand and realize the pure truth. We have to develop an awareness to the pure truth. Awareness that nothing exists outside, no inside. We have to know that everything is a thought and that the thought too is not true. It is a lie. We should develop awareness until we realize that we do not exist at all. When you realize that you do not when you realize that you do not exist, that is when you will totally drop your self-identity about yourself. Then is there anybody to become an arhat? When you are at a stage of an arhat, you cannot say that you will not be born again. In this fourth stage, arhat, if one does not have a self, who is there to say whether one will be born again or not? If there is no one, then who is there to be born again? Now, what should we understand? We should understand that there is no one, even at this moment. What is important for us is to realize the point where we went into nothing. For that, we should realize the pure truth. When we realize the pure truth, we realize that there is no being, there is no person, and that there is no self. Avidya Ashesha Nirodha means ignorance, not knowing the pure truth. If you have already realized the pure truth, you begin to feel the truth. When you feel the truth, that nothing exists outside and everything is a thought, you begin to see the self in every thought. When a feeling of self arises in a thought, you will know. The pure truth is that there is nothing that exists outside and there is nothing that exists inside. The feeling of self is an illusion. It is not true. All the stimuli or experiences of sound, color, taste, smell, touch, and mind are only thoughts. And those thoughts too don't exist. It is all alive. No being, no any living thing exists. Nothing exists at all. This is the pure truth which we need to understand, and you must maintain this awareness or mindfulness of the truth whenever you have thoughts. So today I think full of day is already, but it's okay. We can discuss tomorrow. I think we won't read this book because our idea is this book's what's telling. We won't realize. It's okay. We can discuss tomorrow, everybody. So today I think Uh, it's 9 o'clock, no? It's okay. Tomorrow we can discuss this what is this process, and discuss no 3 days without reading this book. But today I won't read in this book. That is why I read it. It's okay. Tomorrow we can discuss again and think about the how is practical is happening. Otherwise, is the practical experience is very worth. Yesterday we realized that it's very good. But I won't read this because what is this is this book content. So otherwise I won't discuss this book. So, okay, tomorrow we can discuss this book readings. Okay, everybody. Tomorrow we can discuss this readings. Terus everybody. Terus Chandani also. Yes.
Terus,
Terima kasih.
Terus, Aryan Mahasa.